I've been on the journey of transformation for a long time, and I've learned from various gurus, coaches, mentors, and tried different modalities and memberships and knowledge. This is broadly the pattern that I've seen that a true transformation goes through. So, the first phase is awareness. Awareness of the survival emotion, of the core negative belief, of the pattern that is your prison or your constraint that is running you. This can be done through deep reflective journaling, learning and getting the knowledge about the constraints of the human mind through courses, programs, books, learning from different mentors, through working one on one with a coach or a therapist, or through examining your triggers, like what triggers you and what's going on underneath it. For example, if there is someone who feels resentful whenever another person is praised in their workplace, right? This is the outside behavior that you see. Beneath this could be running this feeling of insecurity, and beneath this insecurity could be the core negative belief that I am not good enough. So whenever someone else is being praised, this core negative belief, which is I am not good enough, gets triggered, which leads to a resentment and a behavior of being a little rude to the other person comes in, right? Another example could be every time your parent asks you to do something differently or change something, you get angry and you start shouting. This could be that there is this feeling of being unloved and this belief that I am not loved, which is why this person is asking me to change, right? So this is the awareness that of the underneath cream layer. What issues that I see in this phase is that people often try to work on the cream layer behavior. For example, getting angry or shouting at your parent, or getting insecure and being rude to your colleague. That's the cream layer, and they try to have various strategies to fix the cream layer, but the underneath belief they're not able to identify, which is why it does not get solved permanently. It just takes a different form. The other thing that I see is people try to think of it as there is a lot of things wrong with me, and they're trying to fix themselves, and they go from one thing to another to another. So the antidote to that is there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the habit of being yourself that you have practiced for years and years, and it's just like unlearning any other habit, and it's nothing you're fixing. It's just a lie that you are bringing light to and dissolving. The second phase is acceptance that you have been living with this core negative survival emotion or belief or pattern for a long time, and the impact it has had on your life and your loved ones, right? A lot of people can run away from the acceptance of it because it can be really hard and painful to see what the impact it has had on you and the people in your life. The third is to feel it to heal it. All these prisons are a case of some form of emotional indigestion. You are not allowing yourself to feel it through various distractions or addictions. So to feel it and to be with it, which means to just feel into that feeling or that belief, like what is the physiological sensations and the psychological sensations that come up. Just observe it as you sit with that feeling, because you've been running away from feeling this very feeling for a very long time. It has been in your unconscious. A gap that I see here is that a lot of people who are into the personal growth and transformation journey try to analyze or logicalize their way through this. They try to find their limiting belief, they write it down, but they never create enough space to feel it. For example, in my program Break Free One-on-One, every phase has like 1 week for integration. So literally 1 week is to just be with that feeling in the meditation, to feel it, to admit it, to accept it, and to bring up that feeling so that it is completely digested. And now once you are able to digest that indigestion, you are free from that emotion or that belief having the control over you. The next phase would be some form of dissolution or reframing of it. This can happen through surrender to a higher power, some form of visualization that a coach takes you through to objectively separate what actually happened and the whole story and interpretation that you created out of it, made it some false lie about you, that I am not this. The event happened that maybe your teacher made a comment, or your parent ignored you, or like a group of friends did not include you. This is what happened, but the interpretation that you created from it is, I am not enough, I am not loved, I don't matter, I am never included. All of these interpretations, there is a need to dissolve and reframe this. The issues that I see here is that people try to go 180-degree from here to here. So it goes from I am not loved to I am so loved and I have so many relationships. It does not work that way. You have to come to a neutral position from I am not loved to I am not loved. So you have to go from that very survival based emotion and belief to a place of neutrality, and not go from 0 to 100. The next phase is integrating this change. You have become aware of it, you have accepted it, you have felt it, you have dissolved it. Now you have been in this prison for God knows how long. There is a time period that is needed for that prison to dissolve physiologically in your body and psychologically in your mind. Like, it's literally the death of your ego. So that integration takes a varied amount of time for every person. One needs to create time and space for that integration to fully complete. The gaps that I see here is people try to not give that space and to jump to the next thing, to dissolve the next thing, and therefore the whole complete death of that old prison does not happen, and then they easily kind of shift back to the old them, the old them with the prison. You need to practice with discipline being the person who is free of this constraint. And the last step is freedom. Who do you want to be? Who are you? Who are you? What possibilities are open to you now that you're free of this constraint? Who do you want to be now that you are not this old you? That you are no longer, I am not good enough, I am not loved. You are, I am good enough, I am not loved. From this space, what is available to you? The mistakes that I see here is people go right into manifesting. The metaphor that one of my mentors uses is, it's like putting whipped cream over shit, right? For example, a person has this core belief that I am not loved, and they are manifesting their dream relationship where they are loved like hell. Unless you dissolve that core of I am not loved, that relationship cannot happen. It cannot stand on the foundation of I am not loved. Clear your shit, keep clearing your shit, and then create from the space of infinite possibilities, true self-love and joy. Let me know how you found this video. Where are you on the journey of transformation? What challenges are you facing? With Break Free, I allow each of these phases a proper week for your awareness and meditations to integrate all of these changes, because it's literally the death of your ego, and it takes time and it is painful. Also, during the integration phase, there is the need for you to have space or to be able to share it with someone who can hold this, because it feels like a part of you is dying. So your ability to share it with someone who can understand and be with you is really important as well. Otherwise, it's easy to slip back into that old you, because that's what's familiar and comfortable. Do find people in your life who can truly unconditionally love you and hold you through these growth and these transformations that you have. Yeah.